Throughout the news. When you are walking on the docks to get to a ship and you see rats running off of that ship in the droves, flopping in the ocean, going down the railing and everything else, and they scrambling for their lives, everyone should know that inside that ship there's a fire. And the rats seen the smoke and they ran. Same thing going down on Wall Street right now. The rats are seeing the smoke and they are running, people. And when you see the rats running, why would you board the ship? You got to use common sense here. And so, what's this graph right here? Well, this is the gold meltdown stocks. And so, if I told you this was a roller coaster ride in a theme park, you would believe me. And that's how gold has been, a roller coaster ride. So, if we look, it says gold prices, new highs, eminent investors will get, and let's see what it says, paid huge. They are sucking you in for a huge loss. When the billionaires start running, shouldn't the rats along with them run? When the big rats start running, the mice should run too. So let's keep going. Let's go down here and see what this is saying down here. It is saying, the threat of the Great Reset. They know it's finna happen, folks. And then what's happening down here? It's saying, the coming exploding silver prices. Bank meltdowns is coming. Bitcoin mania is all doomed. It's over. When you hearing talk like that from a billionaire, Bill Gates, saying it's doomed, the dollar is doomed, and don't go running to Bitcoin because we ain't finna help you. Then you should listen closely to what I say. And I feel sorry for the people who unsubscribe, not because I'm losing numbers. I could give a damn about that. I feel sorry because you don't get the information anymore. When the Spirit give it to me, you don't get it no more. And you think that it ain't important or I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm 100% right. The ship is sinking, folks. It's on fire. So let's keep following the smoke. It's going to lead us to the Max Kaiser report, right? If anybody knows something about smoke and fire in the money industry, they know.
Kaiser report, and in a very Kaiser report way, he said it. Investing in bonds has become stupid.
When it was a very intelligent thing to do if you knew what you were doing. Now it's stupid. Because if you go read the comments in that video I just showed you, that with the roller coaster ride, they all tell you it's stupid and everybody is antsy, not knowing what move to make.
Says Ray Dalio, the speculative attack on the dollar continues. In his LinkedIn,
attack on the dollar is the key words that you need to get out of that, because now the billionaires are attacking the dollar to crash the market. They're going to take their money and they're going to put it in assets, folks. And then when they put all their money in assets, folks, billionaires is getting ready to borrow money from the banks to break the banks. Attack on the dollar. Think, people. The dollar getting ready to crash. Some experts believe, and that's them, not me, so don't blame me, that it's finna happen in April, next month. Let's keep going.
On his analysis of why it would be stupid to invest in any dollar-denominated debt.
Because the dollar is worthless.
Dalio thinks it may even be a good time to borrow cash.
Why are billionaires borrowing cash, folks? Come on, y'all got to think.
Buy higher returning non-debt investment assets. And a new paradigm, he said, could be characterized.
And that's your new world order.
By shocking tax increases.
Meaning that your gas is going to go up to $50 and a loaf of bread is going to be costing $50 a loaf.
And prohibitions against capital movements.
Your government is finna shut some shit down.
With rising amounts of government debt and classic bubble dynamics among many different asset classes, Dalio recommends a well-diversified portfolio of non-debt and non-dollar assets.
Borrow money, buy assets, and stop using the dollar. Ditch the dollar now. That is what the rich is telling you, if you don't understand that language.
The jig is up. So the reason why interest rates are low across the world, and the reason why central banks coordinate with each other around
That means all the banks around the world is cooperating with each other right now, and they're all going to crash simultaneously at the same time, so that your ass don't fly to Europe and shit and take your money out the ATM.
the world for policies like quantitative easing is the idea that they will.
What is quantitative easing? It is a joke. The America and the dollar crashed in 2008, and America was supposed to be done. The dollar crashed in 2008. They put blinders on everybody and made it seem like it was still going. The housing market had crashed and everything else, and America was going downhill fast. They did quantitative easing, giving money to banks, airlines, and everything else, and they boosted them up. They giving out freaking loans and interest and everything else so that they can keep going on a worthless dollar.
Will all be cooperating, and there won't be anyone breaking away from this essentially cartel.
Meaning that when they go down, all the European nations is going down. So we go right back to what God says. We are impoverished. That's what the European nations is going to say, and look what's going down. If you see that B on his thing, we know that stands for Bitcoin. So basically, he is a big, huge investor in Bitcoin, and Bill Gates just said what? Bitcoin is doomed.
But now what's happening is that people like Ray Dalio over at Bridgewater, his hedge fund, or Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy are saying, you know what, we're not going to play the game anymore. We're actually going to borrow money at these incredibly cheap rates, and we're going to buy assets. It could be Bitcoin, could be something else.
And we know damn well it ain't going to be Bitcoin. See how you try to throw that out there?
And we're going to stage essentially a speculative attack on these central banks. So this
we're going to attack the dollar. It's going to go down, people. You want to hear me. And so let's rewind that. Maybe you didn't hear what he said. Let's hear what he said.
Are saying, you know what, we're not going to play the game anymore.
That's right there, right here.
But now what's happening is that people like Ray Dalio over at Bridgewater, his hedge fund, or Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy.
Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy. Let's go to that. He is the total assets is 1.466 billion, and that was in 2020. 1.466 billion, and he borrowing money from the bank. They doing something. So let's hear him say it again. So we know he got 1.466 billion in the bank in 2020.
Cooperating, and there won't be anyone breaking away from this essentially cartel. But now what's happening is that people like Ray Dalio over at Bridgewater, his hedge fund, or Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy are saying, you know what, we're not going to play the game anymore. We're actually going to borrow money at these incredibly cheap rates, and we're going to buy assets. It could be Bitcoin, could be something else, and we're going to stage.
They're going to buy land and property, and everybody know what they buying. And so that way, when everything go down and shit like that, if it ever recoup, they own things that's worth something, and they can sell those things and recoup their riches.
Essentially a speculative attack on these central banks. So the central banks have overplayed their hand, and now they're inviting these huge pools of capital to openly attack them. And now this is rippling through the financial world, and Ray Dalio is the biggest hedge fund in the world,
and so the dollar finna crash. Let's keep on going. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom is going to say, says the Most High God who speaks the truth, we are impoverished. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts. You will build, and I'm throwing that shit down. Let's keep going. So now, let's mix it in with the dreams and shit. So in dream world, the same thing going down. We are impoverished. Listen.
House to my dad's house, and in the dream it was revealed to me that at that moment my family and I were homeless. Right now we are renting a house, but in the dream it was revealed to me that my family and I were homeless.
And so when she keeps going on her dreams, all of the markets and everything is crashed. You see the name of the dream right here. It's March 21st, 2021. And you can go there, The Way of Truth Ministries, and listen to it. And she'll tell you, we are impoverished. So life is saying we impoverished, and dreams is saying we impoverished. And God is saying we impoverished first. And so they impoverished. It's going down. What else is going down? Earthquakes all over the damn place. During the ring of fire, all on these fault lines, earthquakes, volcanoes, and everything else. Every single day the earth is shaking, and it won't stop shaking, folks. And I said, at one time it's finna shake, and then it will continue to shake. It ain't gonna stop. The earthquake is just, the earth is gonna, you're gonna be seasick and drunk and dizzy and on your knees, says God. Keep it going. What else we got right here? We have hot spots, folks. So this is Dutch and knees, or just sense, right? Dutch sense is saying basically all these hot spots is volcanoes getting ready to erupt all over the United States. You know, and so basically it's telling you that the world is over, because God already said that he was going to set the foundations of the earth on fire. What else we got? We got the volcanoes going off. So we got earthquakes, we got hot spots, the satellites is picking up heat signatures all over the damn planet. Global warming is going off in effect as this planet keeps getting closer to ours. This planet is self-destructing now. Not self-destructing, but self-destructing. And it's all going downhill. A new volcano just went off the other day. And just before that, another volcano going off. And they going off all over the place.
Just last week, I put out the volcanic activity report. And we were up to 49. Now we're at 52 erupting volcanoes around the planet.
And they keep growing. All those hot spots is getting ready to turn to open damn geysers and volcanoes. And what did God say? In Deuteronomy 32:22, for a fire is kindled in my anger. He's angry at y'all asses, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, which is the earth, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. The hot spots and the volcanoes going off. You impoverished, and everything is going downhill. Because God is getting ready to move in and deliver his people, and everybody else is going to be burnt and fucked. And so what do we have here? We have a moving geyser impacting major roadways in Imperial County. It ain't just Imperial County. These people are liars. Watch. Speak to me. Speak to me. Come on now. Get it together and speak to me.
It is not something you normally see along a freeway, but local Caltrans crews have been keeping a close watch on a geyser that is impacting both the Union Pacific Railroad and State Route 111.
Look at that shit boiling.
In Imperial County. The challenge, this geyser is moving. News 8's Shannon Handy has more on what makes this so rare and the drone video that captures it all.
Marcella, this is the only moving geyser in the world. On average, it shifts about 10 feet every month.
So we having a pole shift, folks. It ain't the only geyser. And so this is why my video was blocked worldwide. Because right here at Yellowstone, I wanted to show you that the geyser at Yellowstone is moving too. The big one is moving. So it ain't just in California. It is worldwide. Everything is moving worldwide. We in for a worldwide earthquake, folks. And so this is the geyser, and they're going to show a line of it, and they're going to tell you that this guy, they thought that the geyser was moving itself. No, the earth is moving. The earth is moving, and pretty soon it is going to rock and roll. We are going to experience a pole shift, folks. The planets is coming in, and the Most High God is going to choose his people and deliver them into safety, and everybody else is burning up in this damn fire. The dollar's crashing. You have nothing left but to turn to the Most High God. If you are too stupid and you worshiping Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior and everything else, when you know GD will, that's idolatry. Anything besides God, the worship of God, the Creator, is idolatry in God's eyesight. They have put Jesus Christ in front of God, and you are worshiping an idol God, going through an idol God to try to get to our God. When nobody in history has ever did anything like this, God will never place a God, because that is the first commandment. Have no gods before me. And these fools want to put Jesus in front of God. To idol worship a false image of a beast. The New Testament has been tampered with, and these people are worshiping the devil and they have no idea. If you want to find out, keep watching my videos so you can learn the truth about all of it. It is all going downhill, folks, in a fucking hurry. People is finna burn and go downhill fast with gasoline draws on. This is Raptor News.